Okay, good morning. I'm just going to do the pinned post in video format, which is a little bit different to normal. Try and keep it as quick as possible. Having a look at the last month of rainfall, we can see that there's been pretty much low rainfall overall. A little bit over at the Whit some days, a little bit over at Birdsville, but I'd say that's not much at all. Have a look at temperatures. And we go to the month and we go to the detail, which just tells us roughly whether it's been good or bad, and we can see that it's been warmer than normal, and that's not to be unexpected. So let's now go to the month ahead, the rainfall outlook, and we'll look at May only. And we can see that we're only really expecting good rainfall across the top end, and that is due to the latest pulse of the monsoon pushing down a little bit south. Okay, and that should happen over the next couple of weeks. If we have a look at the median, that we should still be expecting some good rain around about the far northern tropics. And then if we go to temperature, as expected, we can expect warmer than normal temperatures, and if we look at the medians, this is pretty much what we should be expecting for our temperatures. Have a look at the satellite. This is the water vapor. It just gives us an idea on where all the rainfall is, and we've got this low moving through. This is the standard pattern for this time of year. Lows move through here, head towards Tasmania. That's why Tasmania gets more rain than other parts. And we've got a high here, and the highs generally are sort of flattened. As we get towards winter, those highs tend to become more vertical and push up. Okay. Now the problem with that is that the last number of months now, we've seen this little pattern here, where a trough is pushed right down into that high, and those isobars pushing rain onto the coast are not getting up far enough high into Queensland to cool things down a lot. We're seeing cooler temperatures, but not cooler than normal. So we need that trough not to be there, and we need more elongated highs to get that cold weather up into Queensland. So until that happens, our temps are still going to be a little bit above average. If we have a look at the Southern Oscillation Index, which is just kind of like telling us whether pressures are high or low between Darwin and Tahiti, at the moment the pressures are pretty much low, and that means that there's more sort of chance of rain activity because it can produce those lows, and those lows tend to produce more uplift and bring a lot more rain. But we can see that starting to head down. What will happen there is anyone's guess. We've had this nice regular pattern up until about March, and then the end of season has changed all that, so the pattern goes out the window. If we look at Nino 3.4, that's started to move back into positive, which means that the water surface temperatures should start to warm up. That means that's better for rain, because the warmer the sea surface temps, the more chance of creating that humid air around the coastal regions. Now, if we have a look at the global view of that, this is 6 months of sea surface temperature anomalies, which tells you where things are cooler than normal and where things are warmer than normal. And here you can see this big long pattern. This is very normal. It's actually very normal for sort of like a La Nina sort of pattern. The problem is that it's being blocked off here around about now, and that cool water is not coming through here. So it's not really a problem. It just means that the temperature's warming up, which is good for rain. But around Australia, we've still got cooler than normal. As we get closer, you can see it starts to go blue again. And over here, as it gets closer to now, it starts to go blue again. Okay, and that means not much rain for Australia. Just a very quick look at the MJO, which tells us whereabouts a monsoon pulse should be at the moment. This is our region, like Queensland, the Coral Sea. It's round about here. It looks like it's heading into there. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, the monsoon should drop down again, roughly around us, maybe towards more the Indian Ocean. And you can see that's exactly where it's being forecast to go. So if it doesn't go right in here, it means that it's not going to drop very low over us. So we're only going to see it sort of skim across the top end of Australia. And we do have one system way out west in the Indian Ocean called Tropical Cyclone Flamboyant. Don't know where they get the names from. Seems a little bit strange to me. Anyway, that's it. Thank you.